Keri Hilson was on her way to becoming one of the biggest stars in music. With hits like Pretty Girl Rock and Grammy nominations to her name, it seemed like nothing could stop her rise to fame. But one moment changed everything. A single song, a rumored feud with Beyoncé, and the wrath of the Beyhive all combined to derail her career in ways no one could have predicted. Here's the shocking part. The incident that ended Keri Hilson's music career wasn't just about a song. It became a relentless campaign of online hate, industry blacklisting, and personal struggles that nearly pushed her out of the spotlight forever. But is that the whole story? By the end of this video, you'll learn the truth about what happened, how Keri fought to reclaim her voice, and whether she's ready for a comeback that could rewrite her narrative. Stick around, you won't want to miss this. Keri Hilson's journey to fame was no accident. By the time she released her debut album, In a Perfect World, in 2009, Keri was already a seasoned songwriter, penning hits for industry heavyweights like Usher, Ciara, and Mary J. Blige. Her transition to a solo artist was seamless, and with hits like Knock You Down and Pretty Girl Rock, she quickly became a household name. Her unique blend of relatable lyrics, strong vocals, and undeniable stage presence set her apart as a rising star. But in the same year she achieved massive success, a storm began to brew. A leaked remix of her song Turnin' Me On included lyrics that fans interpreted as shots at Beyoncé and Ciara. Lines like, "She can sing, but need to move it to the left," appeared to reference Beyoncé's Irreplaceable. Even though Keri never explicitly mentioned Beyoncé or Ciara, the perceived disrespect was enough to spark a wave of backlash. Keri denied that the song was aimed at anyone specific, dismissing the rumors as baseless. However, the damage was already done. The idea that Keri had openly disrespected Beyoncé, one of the most beloved figures in music, quickly spread. Fans latched onto the narrative, and the Beyhive, Beyoncé's fiercely loyal fan base, began to turn on Keri with relentless intensity. This moment was the beginning of a misconception that would haunt Keri for years. Whether the lyrics were intentional or not, the perception that she had disrespected Beyoncé planted a seed of conflict that would grow into a full-blown career crisis. The incident highlighted just how fragile a rising star's reputation can be, especially in an industry where every word is dissected and every action scrutinized. The leaked remix of Turnin' Me On might have been a fleeting controversy under normal circumstances. But Keri Hilson wasn't just dealing with public speculation, she was up against the Beyhive. Beyoncé's fan base, one of the most dedicated and vocal in the world, took the alleged diss as a personal affront. What followed was a relentless campaign of online hate that went far beyond typical fandom behavior. Social media became a battleground. The Beyhive flooded Keri's posts with bee emojis, hateful comments, and even death threats. Every move Keri made was dissected and criticized, with the narrative of her being anti-Beyoncé dominating conversations about her. Even her achievements, her chart-topping hits and songwriting prowess, were overshadowed by the accusations. The Beyhive's power was undeniable, and the backlash wasn't just limited to Twitter threads or Instagram comments. It started affecting Keri's career in tangible ways. Radio stations began playing her music less frequently. Her album sales took a hit, and collaborations with major producers and artists became increasingly rare. The industry, eager to stay in the good graces of Beyoncé and her fan base, appeared to distance itself from Keri. What should have been a minor controversy spiraled into a career-altering event, with the perception of disrespect to Beyoncé acting as an unspoken black mark on Keri's reputation. Keri tried to weather the storm by focusing on her music and denying any ill intent behind the lyrics. But the backlash persisted. For many fans and even industry insiders, it didn't matter whether the diss was intentional or not. The damage was done. The situation revealed a harsh truth about the music industry. Once a negative narrative takes hold, it's nearly impossible to shake, especially when you're up against an artist as beloved and powerful as Beyoncé. The incident didn't just affect Keri's career, it took a toll on her personally. In later interviews, she opened up about how the relentless hate and professional setbacks led to anxiety, depression, and moments where she felt completely lost. What began as a rumor evolved into a campaign of negativity that left Keri questioning her place in the music industry and her ability to continue in the spotlight. The leaked remix might have sparked the feud, but the Beyhive's response turned it into a cultural phenomenon. It wasn't just about the music, it was about loyalty, power, and the unforgiving nature of the entertainment world. Keri Hilson's feud with the Beyhive wasn't just a clash between an artist and a fan base. It was a microcosm of the darker side of fame and the power dynamics in the music industry. At the heart of this saga lies an uncomfortable reality. In today's world, fan culture holds immense influence, capable of building or dismantling a career. For Keri, this wasn't just about an alleged diss track, it was about being caught in the crosshairs of a system that rewards allegiance to its biggest stars while sidelining anyone perceived as a threat. The Beyhive's loyalty to Beyoncé is legendary, but it also highlights how fan bases can weaponize their devotion. What started as an effort to defend Beyoncé quickly spiraled into a relentless campaign against Keri, with no room for nuance or reconciliation. Social media amplified this dynamic, creating a space where Keri couldn't escape the narrative, no matter what she said or did. The sheer volume of hate she received overshadowed her talent, reducing her career to a single controversy. This incident also exposed the fragility of a rising artist's position in the music industry. Keri Hilson was at the height of her career with hit singles and Grammy nominations, but the backlash showed how quickly success can crumble when public perception shifts. The industry's response, or lack thereof, further compounded the problem. By distancing themselves from Keri, producers, radio stations, and collaborators sent a clear message. Loyalty to Beyoncé was more valuable than supporting an artist facing backlash. Keri's story is also a testament to the pressures female artists face in the entertainment world. They're often pitted against each other, with even the slightest perceived slight turned into a full-blown feud. While male artists are often allowed to coexist, women are frequently forced into narratives of rivalry that undermine their achievements and distract from their talent. For Keri, the alleged diss track became her defining moment, eclipsing her impressive body of work and shaping how she was perceived by both fans and the industry. The situation also speaks to the broader impact of stan culture and its ability to dominate conversations. In Keri's case, the Beyhive's aggressive tactics effectively silenced her, making it nearly impossible for her to reclaim her narrative. This wasn't just about defending Beyoncé, it was about asserting dominance in a way that left no room for redemption or reconciliation. Keri's experience reveals a hard truth about the music industry. Power isn't just about talent or success, it's about perception. And when that perception is shaped by fan loyalty and industry politics, even the most promising careers can be derailed in an instant. The backlash Keri Hilson faced didn't just damage her public image, it had severe professional consequences that reshaped the trajectory of her career. Before the controversy, Keri was a rising star, celebrated for her songwriting skills and her chart-topping hits. But after the alleged diss track and the ensuing fallout with the Beyhive, her career took a dramatic turn for the worse. Radio stations began to pull back on playing her music, and her once steady stream of collaborations with prominent producers and artists began to dry up. The industry's response was subtle but clear. Support for Keri could be seen as taking sides against Beyoncé, a risk few were willing to take. Even fans who had supported Keri during her early success began to distance themselves as the negative narrative around her grew louder. The professional decline had a profound impact on Keri's mental health. In interviews years later, she spoke candidly about how the constant hate and rejection drove her to rock bottom. She described dealing with anxiety, depression, and moments of self-doubt that made her question her place in the music industry. For Keri, the backlash wasn't just an external struggle, it became an internal battle that left her emotionally drained and unsure of how to move forward. In response to these challenges, Keri made the difficult decision to step away from music entirely. What was meant to be a temporary break stretched into 6 years as she focused on rebuilding herself emotionally and mentally. During this time, she prioritized her well-being, turning her attention away from the spotlight and toward personal growth. For an artist who had spent most of her life in the public eye, this retreat was as necessary as it was difficult. But even as she worked to heal, Keri's absence from the music scene allowed the negative narrative to take deeper root. Without new music or public appearances to shift the conversation, she became defined by the controversy, her accomplishments overshadowed by the lingering whispers of a feud with Beyoncé. The silence left many wondering if Keri's career could ever recover, or if she had been effectively blacklisted by an industry that had once embraced her. Despite these setbacks, Keri's story is one of resilience. Her decision to prioritize her mental health was a bold move in an industry that often values productivity over well-being. By stepping back, she set an example for other artists facing similar struggles, proving that sometimes the best way to move forward is to pause, reflect, and rebuild. After years of silence, Keri Hilson began to re-emerge in the public eye, ready to reclaim her career and rebuild her reputation. She announced plans for a long-awaited third album and expressed a renewed passion for creating music. This comeback was meant to signal a fresh start, but it wasn't without its challenges. As Keri stepped back into the spotlight, she faced new hurdles that complicated her path to redemption. One of the biggest setbacks came during the COVID-19 pandemic. Keri courted controversy when she shared conspiracy theories linking 5G networks to the spread of the virus. The post sparked immediate backlash, with fans and critics calling her out for spreading misinformation. Keri attempted to clarify her stance, stating that she was simply encouraging people to think critically, but the damage was done. The incident reignited negative discussions about her judgment and decision-making, overshadowing her attempts to re-establish herself as a serious artist. Around the same time, Keri also criticized social media platforms for banning Donald Trump after the January 6th Capitol riots, framing the decision as an infringement on free speech. While her comments weren't directly political, they added fuel to the fire, with many interpreting her stance as support for the former president. These missteps further complicated her public image, distracting from her music and reigniting the online negativity that had plagued her career for years. Despite these challenges, Keri remained determined to move forward. She spoke openly about her personal growth during her time away from music, emphasizing that she had found peace and a renewed sense of purpose. Her plans for a third album hinted at a more mature, reflective version of herself, ready to share her journey through her art. Keri's foray into acting also helped her diversify her career. Roles in films like Think Like a Man and Almost Christmas showcased her versatility and allowed her to maintain a presence in the entertainment world even as her music career remained on pause. These roles provided a new platform for her talents and demonstrated her ability to succeed outside of the music industry. However, the road to a full comeback has been anything but smooth. Keri's social media missteps highlighted the challenges of navigating a world where every statement can be amplified and dissected. For an artist already battling negative perceptions, these incidents served as additional obstacles in an already uphill battle. Yet, through it all, Keri has remained resilient, determined to prove that her story is far from over. In a surprising turn of events, Keri Hilson found closure in one of the most unexpected ways, through reconciliation with Beyoncé. Years after the alleged feud that derailed her career, Keri revealed in an interview that Beyoncé had reached out to her. According to Keri, the conversation helped heal the wounds created by years of tension and misunderstandings. It wasn't just a personal resolution. It was a symbolic moment that closed a chapter on one of the most defining controversies of her career. This reconciliation marked a turning point for Keri, providing her with a sense of peace that had eluded her for years. It also offered her the opportunity to move forward without the shadow of the Beyoncé feud hanging over her. While the public might never know the full details of their conversation, Keri's willingness to speak about it hinted at her readiness to reclaim her narrative and focus on the future. Today, Keri has embraced a more multifaceted career, Her transition into acting has allowed her to showcase her talents in a new light, with roles in films like Think Like a Man and Almost Christmas, earning her praise for her on-screen presence. Acting has provided her with a steady outlet for creativity while giving her time to reimagine her approach to music. Keri has also hinted at a renewed passion for creating music, teasing the possibility of a third album. In interviews, she has spoken about her personal growth, emphasizing that she's in a better place mentally and emotionally. While the music industry has changed significantly during her hiatus, Keri remains determined to carve out a space for herself on her own terms. With a reported net worth of $5 million, Keri has managed to maintain her financial stability despite the setbacks she faced in her music career. Her journey has been anything but linear, but her resilience and adaptability have allowed her to keep moving forward. She continues to work on new projects, balancing her artistic ambitions with a commitment to her personal well-being. Keri Hilson's current life is a testament to her strength and determination. She has weathered the storms of controversy, reclaimed her voice, and found ways to thrive in an industry that once turned its back on her. While her music career may never return to the heights of her early success, Keri's ability to evolve and persevere ensures that her story is far from over. Keri Hilson's story is one of resilience, redemption, and the harsh realities of fame. From her meteoric rise as a singer-songwriter to the controversy that threatened to end her career, she has endured challenges that would have broken many. Yet through it all, Keri has proven her strength by adapting, evolving, and finding new ways to thrive in an industry that isn't always forgiving. Her journey serves as a cautionary tale about the power of perception and the influence of fan culture. The alleged feud with Beyoncé and the relentless backlash from the Beyhive highlighted how quickly a narrative can spiral out of control, leaving lasting consequences for an artist's career. But it's also a story of hope, of how setbacks can be transformed into opportunities for growth and reinvention. Keri's reconciliation with Beyoncé, her success in acting, and her continued passion for music show that her career isn't defined by the controversies of her past. Instead, it's a story of perseverance and the ability to reclaim one's narrative. Keri's willingness to speak openly about her struggles, from mental health battles to career setbacks, has inspired others to confront their own challenges and to prioritize self-care in the face of adversity. As Keri continues to explore new projects and creative outlets, her journey reminds us that success isn't always a straight line. It's about learning, growing, and finding ways to move forward, even when the odds seem stacked against you. Keri's career may have taken a detour, but she's far from finished, and her story is one that's still being written. If this video gave you a new perspective on the highs and lows of the entertainment industry, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share your thoughts in the comments. Do you think Keri Hilson can fully reclaim her spot in the music world, or has the industry changed too much for a comeback? Let us know your take, and as always, stay curious and keep exploring the untold stories of the stars.